Hello, Leafs Nation. Welcome back to the Toronto Maple Leaf News Network, your go-to channel for all things blue and white. Today, we have three massive, jam-packed updates about our Maple Leafs that have just surfaced or come to notice within the last few hours. Given the roller coaster ride this season has been, especially lately, you don't want to miss a single detail of this breaking information. Before we dive into the drama, the victories, and the potential shakeups, if you're new to the channel, please take a second to hit that like button and subscribe so you can stay in the loop and never miss a beat on your favorite team. We are dedicated to bringing you the freshest, most engaging content for true Leafs fans. Let's get straight into the first headline. Update 1. The Lafton trade bombshell and Rielly on the block. Leafs trade talk explodes. The air around the Scotiabank Arena is thick with speculation, and honestly, Leafs Nation, the news cycle is moving faster than a William Nylander breakaway. The Toronto Maple Leafs are in a tough spot. General Manager Brad Treliving just held a press conference on Tuesday morning to address the team's sorely disappointing start to the year. They were losers of 5 straight games before Tuesday night, sitting tied for last in the Eastern Conference with the Buffalo Sabres at 18 points. Pundits were even starting to talk about the draft and Gavin McKenna instead of Lord Stanley's Cup if things didn't turn around quickly. Now, the rumor mill is churning at maximum velocity, and it seems like big changes are absolutely on the way. Insider Elliotte Friedman has mentioned that Brad Treliving wants to shake up his roster, aiming for a roster-for-roster trade. He is apparently willing to consider trading almost everyone, excluding what he considers the core 4 untouchables, at least for now. Austin Matthews, William Nylander, John Tavares, and the young phenom, Matthew Knies. But here is where it gets absolutely wild, Leafs fans. Friedman, in a recent report, left a very notable player off this so-called untouchables list, our long-serving defenseman, Morgan Rielly. This is absolutely massive. Think about it. Our general manager is reportedly willing to at least consider moving Rielly, who is in the 4th season of an 8-year, $60 million extension he signed in 2021. Rielly's trade value is said to be on the rise, having bounced back this season with 15 points. That's 3 goals and 12 assists through 18 games. This improved play could be the very thing that makes him an attractive trade piece for Treliving to execute that roster-for-roster deal. We're hearing links to huge names on the back end like Erik Karlsson and Dougie Hamilton. One suggestion even floated the possibility of the Leafs offering Rielly to the Pittsburgh Penguins for Karlsson or to the New Jersey Devils for Hamilton. Lyle Richardson reported this for The Hockey. News on November 18th. Imagine that defensive power shift. But that's not all the trade chatter. Up front, the Leafs have been connected to center Nick Schmaltz. This would be a move to inject some much-needed speed and offensive talent into the lineup. Schmaltz has a familiar face in the organization, having been teammates with both Oliver Ekman-Larsson and Matthias Michelli. And for the final piece of trade intrigue in this first segment, look at the injured list. You may have noticed the name Scott Laughton. Now, you might be scratching your head, as Laughton is not a current Maple Leaf. He's actually a forward for the Philadelphia Flyers. But the fact that his name appeared alongside Leafs like Matthews and Knies on a recently published injury list might just be a classic case of mistaken identity. Or it could be a cryptic hint that trade discussions involving Laughton were so advanced that an old list was mistakenly published. It's the kind of social media slip-up that sets Leafs Twitter ablaze. While it is highly likely that his inclusion on that list was simply an error, the fact that he has been a rumored target in the past makes this a fascinating tidbit. In short, the message from the organization is clear. Changes are coming. The only question now is when the trigger is pulled. That's your first massive update, Leafs Nation. The possibility of a Morgan Rielly trade and the nonstop flow of rumors around Schmaltz and Laughton have completely changed the conversation in Toronto. Update 2. Nylander's redemption goal and the rookie surge. Leafs snap losing streak in epic fashion. Leafs Nation, let's talk about the game we desperately needed. The Toronto Maple Leafs entered Tuesday night's matchup against the St. Louis Blues on a grueling 5-game losing streak. This was, by all accounts, a must-win game, and thanks to the brilliance of number 88, William Nylander, we got it. The Maple Leafs took a hard-fought 3-2 overtime victory against the Blues, and William Nylander bookended this game in the most galvanizing fashion possible. The story of redemption. The night didn't start like a highlight reel for Nylander, or for the team's health for that matter. Before the game, the team announced that forward Matthew Knies would not be available due to a lingering lower body injury, listing him as day-to-day. This news, coupled with the long list of other walking wounded, including Austin Matthews, Chris Tanev, and others, made the night an uphill battle. Early in the first period, Nylander committed an inexplicable blunder, batting a puck into his own net for the game's opening goal. He later apologized to goaltender Joseph Woll, who graciously accepted the apology, but the mistake hung over the team. However, the best players respond to adversity, and Nylander responded like a superhero. He scored one of the best goals of the season, leading the Maple Leafs to the overtime victory. In the extra frame, Nylander took a pass from Morgan Rielly, waltzed around Blues forward Dylan Holloway, then completely dangled goalie Jordan Binnington right out of his skates for the sensational winner. It was Nylander's 9th goal of the season, and at the time of this filing, he is tied for 3rd in National Hockey League scoring. Coach Craig Berube highlighted the massive play by Captain John Tavares, who did an outstanding job of fending off 3 Blues defenders on the wall before the puck broke free to Rielly, setting up the winner. This goal, Leaf fans, could very well be the turning point if the team manages to rally out of this tough November slump. The rookie spark and the new defenseman. Despite the injury woes, this victory provided a massive silver lining, increased opportunity for the young guys. Troy Stecher, claimed off waivers from the Edmonton Oilers, made his Maple Leafs debut. Stecher, a mobile right-handed defenseman, was arguably the best player on the ice for Toronto. He was actively jumping into the rush, drew an early penalty, and finished with the team-best 79.9% share of the expected goals at 5-on-5. Teammate Jake McCabe praised his poise and the spark he provided on the back end. Up front, young forwards Easton Cowan and Jacob Quillan made the most of their chance. Quillan was playing in just his 2nd career National Hockey League game. His pace and tenacity were a weapon throughout the night, using his speed to create separation. Cowan, who was the best player on his line and controlled 71% of the expected goals when he was on the ice, narrowly missed what would have been the best goal of his young career, firing a shot off the post. This win, sparked by a veteran star's redemption and the incredible energy of newcomers like Stecher, Cowan, and Quillan, proves that this battered and beleaguered roster still has fight left in it. Update 3. The Leafs injury bug strikes again. Who's out and how does the lineup look now? Leafs Nation, it's time to talk about the elephant in the room. Injuries. The Toronto Maple Leafs are collecting injuries like Thanos collecting the Infinity Stones. They are trying to turn things around with a less than healthy lineup, and the injury bug has taken another huge bite. The latest injury report. Before Tuesday night's game against the Blues, the team announced that star forward Matthew Knies would not play. He is listed as day-to-day with a lower body injury, which coach Craig Berube later explained was a lingering issue. Knies joins a very concerning list of injured players, including Austin Matthews, Scott Laughton, though, as we discussed, Laughton is a flyer, and his inclusion may be an error or a cryptic trade hint, Chris Tanev, Brandon Carlo, Nicholas Roy, and Anthony Stolarz. A major new concern, Sammy Blais. Adding insult to literal injury, the victory against the Blues came at a high cost. Forward. Sammy Blais, who was told to be on standby before the game, had to leave the game during the 3rd period. Coach Berube revealed afterwards that Blais was coughing up blood. This is an incredibly alarming update, and all of Leafs Nation wishes Blais a speedy recovery and hope the injury is not serious. The immediate lineup shift. With Knies out, the Leafs were left with an even bigger hole in their lineup. Here is how the forward lines shaped up during warm-ups before Tuesday night's game, which gives us a glimpse into the immediate future. First line, John Tavares centered the top line with Nick Robertson and William Nylander as his wingers. Nylander and Tavares are absolutely carrying the offense, leading the team with 26 and 24 points respectively. Second line, Max Domi at center, followed by Bobby McMahon and the surging rookie Easton Cowan as the left and right wingers. Cowan and Domi controlled 71% of the expected goals when they were on the ice. Third line, Sammy Blais, Matthias Michelli, and the speedster Jacob Quillan comprised the line. Quillan was a standout, gaining a step and showing maturity in only his second National Hockey League game. Fourth line, Dakota Joshua, Stephen Lawrence, and Kalle Järnkrok. Lawrence praised both Stecher and Quillan, showing great team leadership. The incredible performances from the young players like Easton Cowan, Jacob Quillan, and new defenseman Troy Stecher are an unintended benefit of this injury-ridden lineup. They're stepping up and providing the spark needed to win, as they did against the Blues. The coaching staff is clearly happy, with Coach Berube calling out Quillan's growth and dangerous speed. This victory, fueled by the young blood, might buy General Manager Brad Treliving a little more time, but remember what we talked about in Update 1. Changes are coming to Toronto, and you best believe this continued parade to the infirmary only increases the chances of a trade very soon. And that is a wrap on your top 3 breaking updates regarding the Toronto Maple Leafs. Leafs Nation, let us know in the comments below. Do you think Brad Treliving should actually trade Morgan Rielly for an impact player like Erik Karlsson? Who was your player of the game against the Blues? Nylander, Stecher, or one of the young forwards? Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the Toronto Maple Leaf News Network, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another crucial update. Thanks for tuning in, and as always, go Leafs go!